You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
Alright, it's Cajun Sports Radio presented by Best Bike ATV. I'm Lane, your host, and he's Kyle Bruyette, your co-host. Dad, what's going on?
Hey, what's on, my boy? On this big old Monday there.
Yeah. The news, of course. This is Big Monday, as they like to call it, in college basketball, as the tournament announcements have came out. We have all of our seedings, and wow, interesting. We started playing games tomorrow night, which off the bat, and I know this is kind of, did LSU get in the NIT?
Oh, no. They didn't even get in that either.
You're kidding me.
Nope. They didn't get in.
Wow. They had a worse record last year, and they got in, and they couldn't get in this year.
That's what I asked Tiger Talk today. Why they didn't get in? He said, don't surprise them.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll come back to this. Not to cut you off. We're going to come back to it, Dad, with your segment. Is that fine? We'll come back. Okay, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I know we talk LSU basketball in your segment, so I wanted to save it for that.
You didn't know LSU didn't get in?
No, I did not know they didn't get in. That's why I didn't know. I figured that they were a shoo-in to get in. But wow, what a
excited.
That is, and we'll get into that later on Yodi's corner. But let's look. I want to focus right now on the big dance. I got the bracket right in front of me, and Gonzaga gets a 1 seed. Louisville gets the number 1 overall seed. Kansas and Indiana. Conveniently enough, Gonzaga plays Southern, another Baton Rouge school, which they got in, and LSU couldn't even get in the NIT. But that's a whole another story. That when you look at this tournament, are we looking for something exciting here to finish up in Atlanta?
Oh yeah. In fact, I feel real quick. I feel my bracket out coming back, Lane. I was thinking. I looked at the bracket well, and it's nothing surprising with some of the teams that's in it.
To me,
hats off to them. They want to play ball, they get in the big dance. You want to play ball, you get in. Hats off to Northwestern, y'all. A school that's an hour from Alexander, not in an hour. They got in the big dance. You kidding me, man? I'm happy that they did. Northwestern got in. They played Florida, but they got in, huh?
Yeah, they got in, but as I try to explain, they got in because they won their conference tournament. They were automatic bid. Now,
I know that, but
I know you know that, but I'm saying here, Final Four in Atlanta. You look at the seed. My biggest beef with this tournament, if you listen to all the interviews, was the seedings this year were basically all messed up because they had to seed teams by not putting them in their location. So to where they wouldn't face conference. They were trying to avoid to where teams from the same conference faced each other, and at the same time not put teams in their hometown. And the seedings are messed up, Dad. Like, for instance, by the way, I can't believe I forgot. Story of the day. And I told Dad I'd give him the full credit for it. Dad called it. He called Ole Miss to win the SEC tournament. And guess who won the SEC tournament? Ole Miss. But my beef with that, Dad, is they end up with a 12 seed. Now go up against Wisconsin in the first round.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Wisconsin is a number 5 seed.
Yeah.
I don't understand that either. Ty Talk remembered me saying that Ole Miss was going to win the SEC tournament. He actually said that. He said, I remember you said that.
That's good. That's good. And we appreciate the fellas over there and appreciate everybody listening. But you got teams, like I said.
Hold on. No, we need to go more than this, y'all. No. We're not just going to stop it like this. To say, Daddy, you was right. Ole Miss won the SEC tournament. My dad was right.
Well, it's about
just
time.
Come out and say it. Yesterday you was at the house. You still wouldn't tell me. You said you were going to say it on the show. I'm waiting.
Okay, Daddy, you were right. You picked Ole Miss. Good job. Did I not say last week on air that you know your basketball? And I've been telling him that. He can get mad or whatever. He knows basketball more than football. He doesn't want to admit it, but he does.
I'm going to tell y'all once we go through this bracket, I'm going to tell you who's going to be in the Final Four.
Okay, that's good. And then we're going to have that within the end of the show. We're going to have that predicted. In fact, but right now...
y'all, hold on. Breaking news. Right now, okay, they fixing to say everybody's in the Pete Mize in Baton Rouge. Good deal. They're all waiting to see real quick, Lane.
Right. Okay.
Live.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that.
Gonna be.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. We can.
The girls.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Not
okay,
really.
So
not.
Just breaking news.
Oh no, you did good, but there's not really high demand for girls basketball, so we'll come back to that.
I know.
Let's look at this bracket here. You have the bracket in front of you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Look at
Simple
Oregon.
Bracket. Simple.
Oh, whatever. Look at Oregon. Which, by the way, we start the competition. We're not going to have the picks in by tonight. And by the way, we're not going to start picking till Thursday. This is what I wanted to tell you, Dad. We have to play. We're not going to pick the play-in games. It's too hard. After Tuesday and Wednesday's games, which are the play-in games,
yeah, right.
you and I Thursday are going to pick the. We have to hurry up now. You got to pick it Thursday morning. Because if
say like real quick, explain to me the Louisville and number 16 seed.
You see that? It's two teams. It's because those two teams are going to play each other tomorrow night.
Oh, I know that, Lane. That's why I want to try to say the games. We want to say who's going to win.
No, because if we have to start worrying about these usually, Dad, the way they do it, personal tournaments, they wait till after the play-in games. Then they'll do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Where the main bracket, yeah.
Right, because you got four play-in games. Okay, let me tell you your play-in games. You got a play-in game with six. You got two play-in games involving 16 seeds. It's changed now, Dad. You got two play-in games involving 16 seeds. But now, look at this. You got a play-in game involving 11 seeds now. And you got a play-in game involving 13 seeds. So basically, things have changed. And they do this to make it interesting. And the reason why they do this is, say if LSU would have gotten in the tournament, they would have been no lower than an 11 or 12 seed. They couldn't put them lower than that. So that's when they would be put in a play-in game. You're not going to put a big school like LSU, Florida, lower than a 13, 12 to be exact. You take the lower seeds and you give that to the small schools like a Northwestern State, who's a 14 seed going against Florida, as Dad said, or a Southern, who's a 16 seed. You give those to the small schools that you know are going to get pounced in the first round. You know, you know that they're going to get now.
Yeah. Well, you got a God word. He's from Natchez. He actually said that we're going to give Florida a run.
We'll see. I don't know much about this Demon team. We do remember the year that LSU made it to the Final Four, 2006. Northwestern State had some noise that year, too. They ended up beating Iowa. In the first round, they ended up upsetting Iowa with a big-time three-pointer late in that game. That was one of the most exciting moments of that tournament. If you remember,
they made a last-second shot. The school got a hard time now.
And they did. And they got blasted in the second round. But
they just showed that girl for Baylor. She dunked. They got a number one seed. Yeah, she dunked it.
Okay.
Imagine that.
I look at this tournament, and one, SEC only ends up with two schools there, Ole Miss, Florida. A lot of people disappointed over that. A lot of people said that Tennessee should have got in. A lot of people made arguments that Tennessee should have got in. the big topic a lot of people are also talking about is the Pac-12 not getting any respect. Look at Oregon. Same thing as Ole Miss. Oregon wins their conference tournament. They end up with a damn 12 seed. You know,
that part I don't understand.
It's the guy was explaining it last night on TV. You know what they mainly look at, and I didn't know this till last night. When it comes to the teams in the tournament, making the tournament, seeding and everything, they actually look at how teams do on the road. And it makes sense because it's so hard to win on the road. It really is in college basketball. Like Dad said, sometimes when you're playing at home, you're actually playing behind the crowd. So the way they look at it, hey, if these teams could play on the road, you know, they're the teams we want, you know, being a neutral location, right, Dad? Right.
Yeah, you explained that to me last night. That makes a big difference, Lane, because when you play on the road and you win, that's huge.
Oh, definitely. Real quick, look at your bracket. Let's go ahead. And by the way, later in the show, after the commercial break, we're gonna talk some free agent news of what's been going on, some big news, including Wes Welker going to the Denver Broncos. Right now, let's go ahead and pick a Sweet 16. We'll start at the Sweet 16 and move our way to the Final Four. I got in the Sweet 16 on the Louisville side of the bracket. Conveniently enough, I got Louisville, and I'm gonna say Louisville. I got Louisville and Oklahoma State, I'll say. In that side of the bracket. That'll be the 2, which is the Sweet 16. Who do you have on that side of the bracket making it to the Sweet 16?
Well, I'm looking at it good, Len. You're going to have Louisville. Everybody now, they're making a big stink about this St. Louis team here.
Yeah, that's the 4 seed. They won their conference tournament.
Yeah.
And they got hot. They got hot at the right
time.
But
I got Louisville and Duke reading up, buddy, in the Midwest.
And what now?
Huh?
What did you just say?
I got Louisville and Duke.
That's not the same bracket. That'd be the Elite 8.
It is.
No, we're talking about the Sweet 16. We're going before that. You'd have to pick because I
already got mine all filled out.
Okay, if you got yours filled out, look at underneath your bracket. You got the see when you pick the Sweet 16, you got to win 2 games to make it to the Sweet 16. You know that. So who do you like? Okay, you got Louisville and I got Oklahoma State on that side of the bracket. Who do you got in the Sweet 16?
Oh, I got that kind of always confused me here.
All right, this is obviously too much here. We didn't go for it.
No, it's not, Lane. I'm trying to see. I highlighted the first games.
No, give me your Final Four. Give me your Final Four.
Oh, my Final Four?
Mm-hmm. Give me your Final
Louisville, Gonzaga, Kansas, and Indiana, buddy.
Oh, how hard was that? You picked 4 1 seeds. Come on. Unbelievable. You took all the 1 seeds. That's not going to happen. What?
Huh?
You took how hard was that? I can't believe you picked all the damn 1 seeds.
Louisville is going to play Gonzaga because it's a hit and miss, right? This year.
Yeah, that's my thing.
To me, it's simple.
I don't think it's simple at all with all the upsets that we've had this year.
You better keep an eye.
There hasn't been that many upsets.
He said I got all of them on 1 seed.
You got number 1 seeds. I tell you who you better watch out for. That's unbelievable. You put a lot of time into that. Don't forget about Butler. Don't forget about them. Don't forget about Syracuse at a 4 seed. These are teams that you don't forget about. UCLA is going to make some noise at 6. Michigan at 4.
Well, yeah, I got all them in there, Lane. But after it's all over with, I'm saying.
Bottom line, I tell you what, I'm going to have to review. We didn't have time today. We're going to make our picks. We're not going to cheat or anything. We're going to go head on with each other. I'm going to fill a bracket out. After Thursday morning, we have to fill our brackets out. Thursday morning.
Yeah.
We're going to fill them out, and then Dad and I are going to go head on head with each other and compete for.
He said, "How convenient! I got all the number one."
Yeah. And that's okay. Let me give you a tougher question, Mr. Expert here. Who's your favorite 2 seed out of all these? All the 2 seeds.
My what?
Who's your favorite number 2 seed? Who's the number 2 seed that you think? Okay, let me ask this again. Who do you think that the most likely? Who's the number 2 seed that you could see making it to the Final Four? None of the
Bill's gonna take care of them.
Which that is on the that would those two would fight in the Elite Eight if they would play. It'd be in the Elite Eight.
Yep. Another number 2 seed. Everybody better watch out. I got Ohio State.
That's a team they play
New Mexico
well.
Gonna beat them.
I don't. Whoa! You got New Mexico beaten. You got the 3 seed beating Ohio State.
Yeah.
I'll be dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I feel my bracket. I got it right.
Did you watch Ohio State this weekend in the Big Ten tournament? They really played good ball. They won the Big Ten. I tell you what, on that side of the bracket, I got Ohio State making it to the Final Four because I'm not sold on Gonzaga. They didn't play anybody. Who did Gonzaga beat this year, Dad?
Hold on.
They didn't play nobody.
I got Gonzaga winning the whole thing.
You got to be kidding me. You got
I'm
Gonzaga
serious.
winning the
I'm
whole
telling
thing?
y'all on Cajun Sports Radio. Gonzaga, I got them winning the whole big game. They're gonna win it all.
I'm gonna win this thing very, very easily. This is gonna be a landslide. It looks like because Dad here is going with all the top seeds.
No, I'm not. Well, yeah, if you look at it.
Where do you have a big upset happening? Do you have any big upsets happening in this thing?
Oh, yeah.
You got to have at least 112 beating a 5 seed. You know that. Every year we have at least 112 seed that beats a 5 seed. That's always a big upset.
Almost, y'all. It comes so close for me to put Ole Miss over Wisconsin, but it ain't going to happen.
I cannot wait. I almost thought about taking off of work Thursday and Friday just to watch these games because I think we're going to have an unbelievable. See, now
taking off of work.
Taking a vacation day, and then, I got other things going on that I can handle too. Now it's considered you do realize that now the first round is considered the second round because we consider the playing games the first round. Yeah. So now what we used to consider the first round is actually the second round. Yeah. It's confusing. I know.
No, I'm looking at the bracket. The only reason why I didn't give Ole Miss credit because they're gonna run out of guys. Wisconsin. What I seen Wisconsin do the other night.
See, if I was you, but look at how. Speaking of running out of guys, Wisconsin ran out of guys against Ohio State. I mean, all I'm saying is, if I was you,
I think they're way overlooked.
I'm just saying, I think Ole Miss, in my opinion, got screwed to have to play that tough of a game in the first round.
I know they did, but I can't help it. I'm just telling you who's going to win out of Ole Miss or Wisconsin.
If I was you, I would ride that Ole Miss coattail, man. You're going to regret that. What you going to do if Ole Miss makes it to the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16?
I don't know if Ole Miss. They got to play better ball than what they've been playing and go over.
Yeah, but my thing with Ole Miss of why I like them is their inside game. And they have two things. They have an inside game and they have a good point guard. That's two things, man, where you can win in the tournament. You could really make some noise. I tell you what, they beat Wisconsin. This team's going forward.
Yeah,
okay,
but
well, I mean, that's going to be an interesting matchup, I think.
Tell you what, New Mexico is going to make some noise.
Well,
watch.
Look at they're going to beat
I got Ohio State beat New Mexico. So
I thought you said you had New Mexico beating Ohio State. You said it a while ago.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I got New Mexico beating Ohio State. It's going to be Gonzaga and New Mexico, and Gonzaga's going to take it. Tell you what, y'all look at Gonzaga. They are they're unbelievable.
Beef with Gonzaga.
They got the perimeter, they got the inside, and they got the coaching.
Yeah, but they haven't played anybody. That's my beef. This is basically, you know what Gonzaga is? They're the Notre Dame of college basketball. They are the Notre Dame. They're the Boise State of college basketball. You know what I mean? Bottom line here, New Mexico ain't beating Ohio State. You can forget that. Let me tell you what's going to happen with New Mexico. They're going to run into a team called Arizona, that 6th seed next round. They're gonna destroy Harvard. They're going to have their hands full.
Yeah, that's another 14 seed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying they play the 6th seed Arizona in the second round. I'm just telling you right now, they're going to have their hands full with Arizona. You put that in your back. What do you like so much about this New Mexico team?
I've seen a lot of highlights on them. That's the team that's going to surprise you. You know, you said if I had any upsets, them. I couldn't put New Mexico beating Gonzaga. I couldn't do that. Any other year, it'd be hard. It'd be a hard guessing. This year, when I looked at the bracket, I don't find it that hard.
How can you say that with all the upsets we've had, though? I don't get what you're saying.
I don't know.
How can you say that?
This year, they're just some powerhouses. Kansas, as far as Kansas, well, Indiana going to take care of it in the Final Four.
My biggest beef, though, which what you're saying is, one, we've had nothing but upsets this year. Two, the seedings are off, and it's a known fact that the seedings are off. So I think you're going to get burned. How does it make it easier if you're taking all the top seeds?
Well,
I'm just saying, I agree with you. I like your bracket. You're 4 number 1 seeds, but I'm just saying history goes against you.
Yeah.
History goes against you big time. And I'm going to tell you now, when I fill my bracket out, there's not going to be 4 number 1 seeds in it.
Well, I might refill it out again because I kind of want to give you a little chance.
Okay. Yeah.
I tell you what, the only mess up I did, I should have put Ole Miss ahead. I want Ole Miss to beat Wisconsin. But Lane, you said it the other day.
They got
Wisconsin
some beef.
got some powerhouses, man.
They do. They got some beef.
And Gonzaga's going to stop them.
And,
so
honestly,
where do you look at Gonzaga going, Lane? You tell me where you look at Gonzaga going.
Okay,
How far?
Let's look at Gonzaga's path, Dad. Let's look at it. All right, they play Southern, which is out of Baton Rouge. Come see Groyd.
Don't even look at that game.
Groyd. They're gonna smoke Southern. Then the first round. Now you got the winner of Pittsburgh. What's that? Wichita State. Yeah.
Wichita State, number 8 against the number 9 seed.
We all remember.
Like that's a hit and miss. You have to guess at that.
Correct, because if you remember right, Wichita State was that team last year that was the big, small school that made all that noise.
Yep.
Those 8-9 matchups are so tough. They really
That's
are.
The ones that
like
hurt. I guess to them.
I'm gonna go with Pitt simply because they're in the Big East on that one. Gonzaga ought to roll Pitt. They ought to get Gonzaga ought to walk into the Sweet 16. They ought to have no problems getting to the Sweet 16. They ought to walk in.
So you telling me Gonzaga ain't gonna beat New Mexico?
Hold on. Let's look at the other side.
Ohio State.
Okay, you got Wisconsin, Ole Miss. Guys, I like Wisconsin in that game. I'm so mad that this is an early game Friday. I think this is an early game at 12:40 Friday, which is, I'm sorry, it's 11:40 in the morning. I am so mad at that game at night. Well, they got to start the games early because there's so many of them. But I really wish that had been an afternoon game Friday night because that is going to be a game. Y'all better keep it. Yeah, y'all keep y'all computers on because that's going to be a good game. Now,
what the Ole Miss game?
Yeah, the Ole Miss Wisconsin game. That ought to be a good game.
Wisconsin.
Kansas State's going to play the winner out of who is that? Boise State.
Kansas State.
Yeah,
is going to play the winner.
Boise State, LaSalle.
Yeah.
Kansas State ought to get that. So we're gonna have a big matchup. Say we have Wisconsin and Kansas State. I tell you what, you got Wisconsin over Kansas State.
Yep.
That's a tough matchup. I'll tell you what. That's what I'm saying, man. If Ole Miss would get back past Wisconsin, they would really have a good chance of beating Kansas State, in my opinion.
You know why I'm picking Gonzaga so much? It's not their first rodeo. They end up number 1 during the year. You know that.
Yeah.
They're hungry. They want they won it this year.
But that's fine and everything.
There's no doubt.
Was there level?
Duke is gonna go, but Louisville gonna beat them.
But my thing is, and you won't answer me on this, was Gonzaga's level. Let me tell you what the trend was this year in the tournament. Level of competition. Teams got in, teams got out by who they played in the year. What did Gonzaga really show you enough this year? I mean, against the top.
No, but Lane, they're a team like the Patriots.
Are you really comparing Gonzaga to the New England Patriots?
No, I'm talking about they always make a show in the big dance.
No.
Just watch what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Just listen to that.
Ohio State will beat Gonzaga. Mark it down. Ohio State's going to the Final Four. I can see now this is where me and you... Gonzaga, I don't have my bracket filled out or whatever, but I will live and die by this. Now, let's look, though. Gonzaga's going to have their hands full once they get to the Sweet 16. Because that's not going to be... They're either going to play Kansas State or Wisconsin.
They're going to play Wisconsin.
Let me tell you right now, that's not going to be no picnic for them. That's going to be a... I wouldn't be surprised if they lose there. I really
Well, you said it's going to be Ole Miss instead of Wisconsin.
No, I didn't. I said that if Ole Miss would win that game, they would have a really good shot.
Does Ole Miss have the players and the team to win?
Yes,
to go far? Yeah. You want me to tell you what's going to hurt Ole Miss? Do you want me to tell you what's going to hurt Ole Miss?
What's that?
They peaked. They peaked Sunday.
Yeah, but you say that, but
you
look at the teams.
Watch.
Hold on. Look at the teams in the past.
They did what they had to do. They were crying.
I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you.
They wanted to beat Florida. They won the SEC tournament. They are done.
No, I don't agree with you. Look at all the years that teams have gotten hot and won their conference tournaments and went into the big dance and just was unreal. Look at UConn from 2 years ago. They did it. They got hot, won their conference tournament, went into the big dance, and never stopped. What if Ole Miss has got momentum right now going into this thing?
As much as I believe in Ole Miss, I don't know. I should have picked them over Wisconsin. It's just I've seen Wisconsin play. I
don't agree with you about them peaking. I don't agree with you at all. I think they still have a lot to prove. This is the big dance. How do you peak going into the big dance? I don't know. I'm sorry. I agree with everything that you say except for this. If they don't win. If they don't win, it's not okay. Who peaks at the SEC tournament? Who can? I mean, it's the SEC. All I'm saying is I think Ole Miss still has a lot to prove, and they will. Now,
I tell you what. Well, this is what I don't understand either. You know, we could go round and round about this. It's just like in the football, you know, the bowl selection. We go round about this. You know, Ole Miss beats Florida in the SEC tournament, and they turn around and give Ole Miss that kind of siege. And they give Florida. You know what I mean? It's not fair.
No, but hold on. No, that's not comparable. Because look what Florida did during the regular season. Florida deserved that 3 seed.
Right.
Look who they beat. Florida beat some.
Why do I believe in that SEC tournament so much?
And all I'm saying is I'm not saying that Ole Miss didn't do a good job. Hell, Ole Miss was ranked for a good part of the season. This is a good ball club. They have a good inside game.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, right off the bat, going back, I know we're all over the place here. That's what's fun about March. Off the bat, I just cannot see Gonzaga making it to the Final Four. And I think that's where me and you are going to go head up. I got Ohio State.
Well, you ain't filled out your bracket, so I'm telling you, I should have told you all my winnings here. Because now you're going to change yours.
I'm not changing anything. It's all right. Whatever. What you think, I'm going to piggyback you?
No, I'm just saying. It's going to be what everybody been waiting on. They always been waiting, and it's going to happen. Gonzaga against Indiana. And that right there, let me think again about Gonzaga winning, because Indiana's tough.
Let me tell you something. I'm not completely sold on Indiana. I'm really not.
You think Kansas is going to beat them?
Well, no. Hold on. You got it. I'm not saying I have Indiana and shoe in the Final Four is what I'm telling you.
Really?
I'm just telling you, keep an eye out on Miami. They're a good 2 seed. They were one of those 2 seeds that falls in the same category as Ohio State. They could have been a 1.
I got Miami going all the way against Indiana. Then Indiana was going to beat them.
Well, that means, okay, that's the Elite Eight. Those two would fight in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I got Miami going strong.
Okay. Georgetown, don't forget about them on the other side of the bracket.
I got them. I wish you would see my bracket, Lane. I got Georgetown against Kansas.
Okay, so that's easy. You're picking the top seeds.
It's so simple. I got it all figured right here.
Of course it's simple. You're doing nothing. Okay, Mr. Big Time, where do you have any upsets at? You're not showing me anything. You don't have any upsets. Show me you got to pick at least one or two big upsets because they always happen.
Okay. Let me see.
Show me where you got an upset.
Oh, I even got Duke and Michigan State. And Duke, that's an upset.
How? Duke is the 2 seed.
Beating Michigan State.
That's not an upset. Duke is the 2 seed. Michigan State's the 3. That's not an upset.
Do you think Duke is going to beat Louisville?
I'm not sold on Duke. They've been too inconsistent. That's one of the sides of the bracket that I like the 1 seed. Louisville's been strong. Duke's been inconsistent.
If you look at my bracket, you don't want to say it, but it's so close to what you thought. The only thing I messed up was with Gonzaga. That end. Gonzaga bracket. You know what I mean? The West. Mm-hmm. I kind of messed up on the West. But other than that, you sold on Dallas bracket. Yeah, you are.
I'm just saying. I just wish that somewhere you'd show me where you got somewhere a 10 beating a 7 or a 12 beating a 5. I mean, look at it here. Who do you have out of... Okay, I'm going to put one tough on you. Let's go to the top of the South bracket.
Okay.
Who do you have winning out of North Carolina and Villanova? That's a tough matchup, the 8-9 seed.
Oh, hold on. North Carolina, hold on. I got it highlighted. That's the South.
Right.
North Carolina and Villanova.
Oh, you got the 9 beating 8 on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But then, Kansas, then it's going to have to, then it's going to be Villanova beating UNC, yeah.
But you still didn't answer my question.
What?
From earlier. Out of all of the 2 seeds, you got Miami, Georgetown, Duke, and Ohio State. Which one of them is more likely to make it to the Final Four? Which one of them is more likely to win the national championship? Out of all the 2s.
Who do I think out of all of them is going to win the national championship?
No, I'm telling you, out of all the 2 seeds, which one is more likely to make it to the Final Four or win the national championship?
Oh, okay. On number 2 seed?
Yeah, the number 2 seed. Just come on, Dad.
I got Miami. Okay, I got Miami. If Indiana don't, if not, Miami is going to be tough.
Okay. It's all about Ohio State. After what I've seen them do in the Big Ten, the Big Ten was the toughest conference this year, and they mopped up in the Big Ten tournament. They look good to me. They got a point guard.
About that, it's like Ole Miss. I think they peaked in their tournament.
Oh, come on now. Nobody peaks in their conference tournament. It's not football.
Lane, it happens all the time. I've seen it. Oh,
man. You're not going to peak in your conference after that gives you momentum going into the tournament. Nobody peaks from it. So many teams have gained momentum from. Look at Florida from years ago. Look at UConn. It does it. Okay, you get me mad.
Where's UConn at this year?
They didn't make it.
They made the NIT.
Congratulations to them. All right, let's look at the 3. Let's look at the 3 seeds. Okay, you got Florida. Michigan State.
Oh, no, Florida ain't going for. I got
New
Florida
Mexico.
winning Northwest. That's it. They're done.
I think UCLA is going to beat Florida.
UCLA. Oh, yeah, they're done. I got it right here.
Okay,
done.
You got Marquette, like I said, New Mexico, Michigan State, and Florida. Out of all those 3 seeds, which one's more likely, you think, to make it to the Final Four or win the whole big dance?
New Mexico.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say Michigan State. But, yeah, I could see New Mexico getting hot, the Lobos.
I'm kind of going off of the edge.
You going off of what?
I'm kind of going on ESPN. They talk about New Mexico so much.
You got to watch the media. I tell you what, the St. Louis thing, good job, Dad. You were right about St. Louis because they have been hot. That has been a good. You're right about St. Louis. All right. I'm going to do this for the first four. 4 seeds. You got Michigan, Syracuse, who I really like. I like Syracuse. Syracuse, Kansas State, and St. Louis.
Syracuse is always going to have a count them out, boy. They're a surprising team.
I like them, man, to make some noise. I really do. I know it's the easy pick. I like Syracuse to make some noise, man. They're
old school, right? They're always in there.
And let me tell you something. Syracuse could definitely. I like the bracket that they're in because Syracuse could definitely take down Indiana. But you know who else I like? Michigan. I think Michigan could definitely take down Kansas in that Sweet 16 matchup. So,
I have to think hard about that one too.
And it's guys. We could. There's a funny commercial on ESPN where to pick their brackets. Basically, this guy's just he's throwing 2 picks in the air and, doing any, mini, money, mo. And, the sad thing is you can do that with a lot of these games.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have picked, but the way I looked at it, it's not that I picked the number 1 seeds, my boy. I picked what I think the way it fell, that is going to happen. It's not that I picked the number 1 seed.
He's got to excuse him. His head is swollen from the Ole Miss win. He's got the big head from the Ole Miss win.
Yeah, I love to see Ole Miss beat Wisconsin. The one thing bad about that, Lane, they're going to have some upsets. Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, they're going to have some upsets. I just was trying to really kind of cover myself because that bet we made. That's why I'm kind of really trying to assure myself.
Let's go ahead and update the bet. This one, there's a lot riding on it. Whoever loses has to open up Cajun Sports Radio, one of the episodes after the national, or if we already know who's going to win or lose by the Monday of the national championship, we'll do it then. They have to open the show up.
Yeah, but you know all my picks now, so you might change it.
I don't know. Yeah, believe me, you ain't got to worry about me piggybacking your picks. Don't worry. Secondly, I know this is a crazy question. A 16 seed, Dad, has never beat a 1. Is there a chance that any one of these 1 seeds could go down to 16?
No.
I'm telling you, I tell you what, though. Watch out for 16 seed Western Kentucky. I'm telling you, they're going to give Kansas the best run. They're always good, Western Kentucky. They have a big fan base. They have a huge fan base, Western Kentucky. They play in the Sun Belt.
Kansas a run? Oh, come
on. They play in the Sun Belt. They have a huge fan base. All I'm saying is, do not be surprised if it goes down to the wire with Western Kentucky.
Oh, Lane.
Oh, never mind. That game's in Kansas City.
Oh, come on, man. I'm like...
No. I'm not saying they're going to beat them. I'm not saying they're going to beat them. I'm saying they could give them a run for their money, Paul. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I know you got... Michigan over San Diego State. Okay, hold on. I got you... I got UCLA, but they ain't going far. Oh, I do have Florida. I'm sorry. I got Florida beating UCLA.
Oh, man. Good. Yep. I got one over you. Let me tell you something.
But then Florida's going to lose against Georgetown.
You're going all top seeds, man. You're going to have to do something with that bracket. UCLA is one of those Pac-12 teams. Dad, none of the Pac-12 teams are getting any credit. None of them. I'm telling you, UCLA is going to trash Florida. They're going to thrash them. That's not even – that's easy. But then again, no, stay with your picks. I don't want you picking –
I ain't moving them because I'm telling you all my secrets.
Oh, yeah, big-time secrets. I'm going with the better seeds.
It's not – see, that's what you're trying to get me here, that I'm picking all the good seeds. Who would ever thought Ole Miss would have won the SEC tournament?
Oh.
No one would have ever thought that.
Come on. No, you what? People were already predicting it.
Remember last year I told you after we seen Kentucky play against LSU, they said, "Well, you gonna win the SEC tournament?" I told you, I said, "They ain't gonna win the SEC tournament." Remember, what did I tell you in New Orleans? I said, Kentucky will not win the SEC tournament, but they're gonna probably win the national championship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did. I'll give you credit. You did. You did. Okay, I'll tell you what. Any more on this bracket? Yeah, any more on this bracket before we we put this thing? Let's take a little break and talk some NFL free agency.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, Dad, with a big opening segment, I hope he's ready to sing because after what I've seen from his bracket,
well, you know
it's gonna be a shoe-in. It's gonna be a shoe-in worth of a pick. All right, people, this is Cajun Sports Radio.
Like I might enter this bracket for the $1 million prize and win.
I'm sure. I tell you what, you and about 1 million other people, with y'all taking the top seed. But let me tell you, we thank everybody for listening. We thank everybody for following what's going on. Tell your friends.
There's a lot of upsets in this college basketball.
Oh yeah. Too bad you don't have them on your bracket. All right, guys, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. Thanks for listening. This is Cajun Sports Radio.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Lane from Cajun Sports Radio, and right now we have to talk about Best Bike ATV. This is something that you need to know about. Best Bike ATV is a full-service mechanic shop, locally owned and operated, specializing in the repairing of most ATVs, dirt bikes, and motorcycles. They sell a full line of aftermarket as well as factory parts and accessories. They have a factory-certified mechanic on duty at all times. They are an authorized high lifter, Gorilla, STI, and ITP dealer. They are located on Highway 1 in Echo, Louisiana, about 7 miles north of Marksville. Their operating hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit their website at www.bestbikeatv. Contact them at 318-597-9022. Once again, www.bestbikeatv.com. 318-597-9022. You're going to want to check them out. You will be very impressed. Tell them that Lane from Cajun Sports Radio sent you. Thank you.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
All right, welcome back to Cajun Sports Radio, presented by BestBikeATV.com. Go check them out over there. We play Dad, as we always do every week, and we appreciate the hits and everything like that. All right, Dad. Big week of free agency. In fact, I had to write some of this stuff down and remember to talk about it. Biggest, though.
A lot went on, Lane.
How about Wes Welker going to the Denver Broncos, Paul?
Denver Broncos is going to be tough.
Oh, definitely. Yep,
Hello?
I definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
I thought I lost you.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think Denver just
They're
continues to get richer.
49 is going to be tough.
Yeah, we talked about, but yeah, they continue to get richer as, you know, they.
Kansas City Chiefs is going to be tough.
And how about your boy Steven Jackson? Atlanta gets richer. The top running back from St. Louis goes to Atlanta. That hurt. Honestly,
I think that was used for Atlanta, me.
How about? Oh, I think it was. How about Nnamdi Asomugha?
He ain't done. Jackson.
No, he ain't done. I think he still has a lot left in the tank. I think he has a lot left in the tank.
I guess so.
And we talked about the big Anquan Bolden move to San Francisco. Percy Harvin going to Minnesota. I mean, to Seattle.
Yep.
How about another big move, though? How about Greg Jennings? You know, the top receiver from Green Bay?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be playing in Minnesota. So Minnesota replaced Percy Harvin pretty damn quick. They get Greg Jennings.
It didn't take them long, though.
They replaced him pretty damn quick. Mike Wallace going to Miami. Finally, Miami's got a receiver from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
God, I see Ed Reed. Okay, he's not returning. God, I want him to be in a Saints uniform from Baltimore. I would love to see Ed Reed in a Saints uniform, wouldn't you?
Oh, Lord, yeah. That would be huge.
I would love to see him in a how about Glenn Dorsey, the LSU tackle? Goes from Kansas City. Goes from Kansas City to San Francisco.
That's what I was going to tell you.
Yeah. As I'm looking at all, this is a really good way. I've been keeping up with all of them, but you forget some of them. Go to ESPN.com. They have a free agency tracker. It's pretty neat. How about Brandon Lloyd being cut by the? I tell you what. Well, you come to New Orleans, the Patriots cutting Brandon Lloyd, Dad.
When?
I thought yesterday they cut him.
Oh, I didn't know that, Lane.
Yep, they cut him.
Whoa! I'd love to have him.
But they did. I'd love to have him too. To replace Wes Welker, they brought in a guy. Let me tell you all about him. His name is Danny Amendola. He's a white guy, just like Wes. He played for St. Louis. And let me tell you something about this cat. He is a beast. He has a good work ethic. Bill Belichick knew what he was getting, Dad, and he knew what he was getting. And I think yeah, they're not gonna lose that over there in New England. No. You know, they're gonna find some way to compete. Another big cut. Talking about people getting cut. Two big cuts. Nnamdi Asomugha from the Eagles, a big-time corner. Charles Woodson, the safety from Green Bay. He's another guy who could definitely put on a Saints uniform. Wouldn't stop him. Just a bunch of big-time cuts, Dad. Mark Brashaw from the Giants.
How about Reggie Bush going to...
Yeah, goes to Detroit. That's right. Good job. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he went to Detroit. How about old Daniels, Chase Daniels?
He goes to Kansas City. That was a big move.
Kansas City's beefing up. See Reed.
Reed, exactly. Let me tell you something. Reed doesn't lose, does he?
Nope.
Reed does not lose. That man's going to compete, and
yep,
he's done that. He's found a way now to make this team. Guys, let's remember something about Kansas City. As bad as they were, they had like 6 Pro Bowlers. They had the most Pro Bowlers for that record of all time, Dad. They had 2 wins and had 6 Pro Bowlers. That's crazy. We didn't even come close to 6 Pro Bowlers. All right. We took a lot of time talking about March in the bracket, so we ate up a lot of our clock. Our hour is kind of winding up here. It is time for the ever-popular Yodi segment. All right, here we go. Here's the clap. Here's the clap from the fans. Yodi segment here, and he comes into this with the big Ole Miss picks. I know his head's big. And, Dad, just go ahead and take it over. It's your show.
Oh, yeah. No, we just discouraged at our LSU Tiger boys basketball. We just talked about it a little bit. It did not make the big dance, but we figured they'd go in the NIT. That's why they didn't make that either. So they ended the season with a 19-12. You know, we got high hopes next year, y'all.
Yeah.
They're talking about us being like number 8 or 9 in recruiting. I just want to see it, you know. Johnny Jones, I guess he got some. I guess he'll come through with it. I don't know. I know everybody discouraged about them not even making the NIT. I know the NIT ain't much, but they didn't even make it. Girls basketball, I didn't get to see real quick. They find out right now. It's already out. I'm trying to find it. What seed they made the big dance.
Let's see, Dad. I can pull it up here while you're talking.
I couldn't pull it up real quick to see how they. I know they host the region. I know that. So they're gonna do good. You know, they're going a few. They ain't going to the Sweet 16 and that. I don't look for that to happen. While we're talking about the LSU, the baseball team did their SEC play this again against Mississippi State. Won 2 out of 3. Hats off to them. So we're right in the baseball category. The football lane, you know, they started spring practice. You know that.
Yeah,
and,
I did know that.
Yeah, they started spring practice. You know, a lot going on there. But not too much talk about the basketball because it's over. You know, it's over. You know, we'll see how the girls does in basketball.
And that's my thing. And by the way, on Yodi's segment, he will keep you updated on how LSU does in their tournament. And I'm looking, Dad. They didn't release them yet on the internet. It looks like, though, from what we're saying, they got it predicted LSU's going to be a 7 seed against they're going to play number 10 South Florida in Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Who's got the number 1? Baylor, I'm sure.
Baylor got the number 1 overall seed. Yeah.
That's the one they good.
Back to the LSU
you know the Baylor coach is from Louisiana. You know that.
Yep, I've heard that, Dad. I've heard that. Back to, not to throw things off, but back to the LSU boys. I just think I could care less. I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand they make a lot of revenue with the NIT, but I think Johnny Jones, this gives him more time. Because the biggest job that he's got going into the offseason is keeping job. J.O.B. Johnny O'Brien.
Well, you want to hear something real quick?
Man, he's got to make him stay.
I seriously doubt. I don't want to discourage the Tiger fans. Johnny O'Brien will be back next year.
Wow.
I'm reading it right here.
I see that on Danny Don.
Yeah, they know more than us on this LSU deal.
Oh, hold on.
You know?
It says, I seriously doubt Tiger fans will have an interest in the NIT. He doesn't say he seriously doubts Johnny O'Brien's returns.
Yeah, but this...
Yeah, he didn't say that.
If you read between the lines, with that in the talk show today, someone's looking at Johnny O'Brien right now.
Boy, you something tonight, man.
He got a lot of work to do. He don't need to go pro. He stay where he's at.
But if you had to make since you've been Mr. Predict Everything lately, big man, if you had to predict what he's gonna do, what's he gonna do? Right here.
Who? Johnny O'Brien?
Yeah.
He gone for the money. He gone.
I'm gonna say he stays.
Johnny O'Brien will not have an LSU uniform on next year. He's done.
I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna think he's gonna stay. I think he's gonna be excited.
They give him the money, Lane. He gonna go with that. Oh, yes. So
we'll see. Me and you go ahead.
Probably be overseas league too. They already talking about it.
He will not leave to go play overseas. I'm telling you now. If he leaves, he's going in the NBA draft. He is not gonna leave to go play overseas.
Oh, he ain't gonna win the NBA draft.
I'm telling you, he's gonna stay another year. Mark, let's just listen to you. Listen to your boy. Listen to your boy. Okay.
I tell you what. I know that was some discouraging fans, boy. You know, you find out you got 7 dance. You find out you got an up north team that's going to be the big dance.
Not to
and
upset
then you turn around there, you didn't even get it. Let me tell you something. They had some pressure today. You hear me?
Update. It's in. I got the bracket. LSU's a 6 seed, and they're going to play Green Bay, 11th seed in the first round. But go ahead, Dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When's that, Lane?
That is the 24th at 7:30 Eastern time, so 6:30 Central.
But they get to play home.
Yep, but it's different with girls basketball.
That's right.
It's different.
That's right.
But I'm sorry to
I
interrupt
heard
you.
that was nice. They had the fans that was in the Pete just now. Pete Meyer, they fed them and all. You know what I mean? That was nice for the people to do that. The alumni and all.
What?
They so discouraged the boys.
What? What are they doing in the Pete Bath?
They fed them tonight.
Fed who?
If you got to the Pete Bath today, this evening, they were having games and all that. You know, for the fans, you can go. They were feeding the crowd hot dogs, you know, finger food.
What was this for?
Nice of them to do that.
What was this for?
You could have went to the Pete Math.
Yeah, but why were people going to the Pete Math? For what?
To see about the LSU girls tonight. You know, to see what seed they were going to be.
So they fed the whole crowd for free?
Well, there wasn't going to be that many people, you know. Found out that they would have, like, finger food, lunch, or whatever tonight. Let's see where I've seen that at. Some finger food.
It's fine. It's
you know,
not I'm just trying to aggravate you.
Let's see where that's at. I've seen it. Let's see.
It's
you know,
okay,
there's no
Dad.
people to get out there early.
It's fine.
Finger foods and hot dogs or whatever.
I'm just trying to aggravate you. Okay.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
No, I'm serious, my boy.
I agree with
this
you.
is odd. This is true.
I'm not saying that it ain't. Okay. Back on schedule here. What else do you have besides people eating hot dogs in the Pete Maverick Center? What else do you have for your segment?
I'm so discouraged with LSU that did. You know, I had high hopes for them to kind of even be in the NIT. It's just been upsetting me all day about it. Like, I'll be honest with you. You know.
Why? Who cares about the NIT? Nobody cares.
Well, Lane, at least they'll have to. You know, okay, here we go. The team and staff will watch the event in the Pete Maverick Center. Fans are invited to attend the free event. Low arena door will open at 5 o'clock, and there will be free food and games leading to the show. So that's very nice of them.
Believe me, they get it back.
Yeah. It'd be like finger foods, I heard.
That's great. We'll definitely next episode we'll make sure to bring in an expert cook so we can talk food. Let's talk some sports here. Back to the NIT. Well, who cares? You can't name any of the NIT winners from the last few years anyway. It's like basically, hey, you couldn't make the damn tournament of 68 teams. 68! So here, let's put you in the loser. 68 with the playing games. 68.
Right.
68. You can't make that, so let's put you in basically the loser's bracket. That's what it is. You're basically putting nobody cares. Nobody cares, Dad.
Yeah, but there is 32 teams.
There's a third. I called that yesterday. I said 32.
Yeah.
You
so
win
don't
against
open the bracket and let me, we ain't even going to talk about the NIT. But can you imagine how they felt last night, knowing that they didn't even make the NIT and they heard that Northwestern and Southern made it? It just was a big blow. A big blow in Tiger Nation last night. That's all I can say. People took that hard, Lane.
You continue.
Big time.
You continue, and I was going to call you on something yesterday on the show, but I forgot. You continue to say this. But the fact of the matter is, it's not comparable because those teams got automatic bids because they won their weak conferences. If LSU would have been in those conferences, they would have won it.
Right.
All I'm saying here is, I don't think anybody's that disappointed. You said that the governor was going to call LSU and make a big deal. No. Dad, this team's...
You said that on the air.
Yeah. Basically, it comes down to this, guys. It's make or break for Mr. Johnny Jones next year. Next year is when he earns his money. Let's make sure, Dad, that he can get those recruits to Baton Rouge because they're not in Baton Rouge yet,
that's
right?
What I'm waiting on.
They're not in Baton Rouge yet. They're not here yet. They're not at LSU yet. No,
I guess not.
They're not at LSU yet. Because keep in mind, people have backed out of their letters of intent. We know that, but go ahead.
Yeah, they could back out quick. I just hope the 5 good LSU players, I can name all 5 of them, come back to LSU next year. And one, especially, like Lane said, is Johnny O'Brien.
And I'm excited for Hickey, too.
I don't know. He got to be back. Then you got 5, the big-time players that said that they were coming. I just can't wait.
Well, Hickey's staying, and, of course, we are losing Carmouche.
Yeah.
Hopefully the band geek gets the hell off the damn court. I don't know. He needs to be – maybe he just needs to come off the bench, man. They're playing that dude way too many minutes. Way too many
They don't have no one. They got that
no
Darcy
inside
Malone.
game.
He's 7 foot. Said he's coming from Australia. You got Gerald Martin, 6'9", Baton Rouge.
Jarrell Martin. That's our big.
Yeah,
that's the big.
That's the
dude.
one. You have
that's
John.
the big name.
6'11".
He's a beast.
Hill College. Jordan Mickey, 6'7", from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, he's an
and
animal.
Tim Quaterman, 5'5", from Savannah, Georgia. They say he is unbelievable.
I'm telling you, man, LSU has one of the best recruiting classes.
Yeah.
LSU is bringing in more talent. If these guys show up, hopefully they don't back out. If these guys show up to Baton Rouge, they are going to bring in more talent this year than they have probably combined over the last 5. That's how much talent there's going to come into LSU. Johnny.
You want me to tell you what ain't helping? We didn't even make the NIT.
I don't think it matters.
That's all I can say.
I think those players know that they can come back. They can come and make a name over here for themselves.
I hope so, because it's like football. If they know you're a winning team, they coming.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to – it's that, and it's not just that. They want to make sure that you're on TV so they can show their skills to make it to the NFL.
That's right.
So LSU has got to get – they have to win some games next year. They have to be on national television way more than what they are, Dad. They're never on national TV.
TV much this year at all.
No, they need to be on national TV way more than what they are.
I guess so.
You know, it's sad. I remember the year they made it to the Final Four in 2006. They were always on national TV.
Oh, yeah. Look all the sports they had.
Yeah, and it makes for more money, but you saying it's a big deal, them not making NIT, I'm saying whatever, because I wasn't even going to watch it anyway. I don't think they would have won it. Bottom line, let's get this team. Let's give a year. Johnny Jones, your biggest goal this year. You want to earn your money? I don't care what you got to do. I don't care if you got to get him a prostitute. I don't care if you got to pay him under the table. Get Johnny O'Brien back to Baton Rouge. Get him back. We need to keep him, right?
Oh, definitely. And get the ones that said that they were coming.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure. And if you got to get them prostitutes, too, get them prostitutes. You know, do what you got to do.
Right.
All right, guys. Go ahead, Dad. I'm sorry.
No, I'll just say, anyway, it's just, like I said, y'all, I picked the bracket, and it was so simple this year to pick.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
That's hilarious. And by the way, we have a big bet between Coyote and me, or Dad. I don't know what I can't accept calling you Coyote. It just doesn't work. We have a big bracket. Whoever wins has to open up, or whoever loses has to open up Cajun Sports Radio with a song. I already have the song picked out that Dad's gonna sing. He knows the words and everything. I'm gonna make you sing that song off of Rockstar. You know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, Lane, I don't.
The high note.
Oh, yeah. Some words, some war on that. My voice.
Well, you'll have the words in front of the screen.
Hey, Lane, how about real quick, y'all? Appreciate y'all listening, but we're gonna end it real quick. How about last night? How about yesterday for the SEC tournament with the point guard, the one I believe in so much? He did the Gator clap.
Oh,
did things change after that or what?
They did. And Dad and I watched that whole game. We watched that whole Ole Miss game together.
Yep.
I just think what scares me, or what I see with Ole Miss that I like, because man, I think for one, they're way better of a team than Florida, and they're gonna go farther. I tell you what, they have way more likely of a chance to go. If they would have had a decent seed, they would have went further than Florida. Where Ole Miss
don't
got
say that hurt
screwed.
them, Lane.
Is their seed?
Is it the first game, Wisconsin? That right there.
Well, they're already
They
an
have a
underdog
better
from the
seed.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have been at least a 6 seed.
Oh, yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
should have been
You know,
at least a
kind of
6 seed.
jumpstart them that first game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It
Here
just
you
goes
got
to
your
show
first game against Wisconsin. Come on, man.
It's tough. And you know what it shows me? The committee has no respect for the SEC. And you know what? I don't blame them. Because the SEC has been terrible. I don't care what anybody
But they
says. It's
showed
true.
nothing.
It's been terrible.
When
the last
Kentucky
few
went
years.
down, that was it. You notice that?
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Whenever
Kentucky's
Kentucky
the
went
big
down,
money.
it was all over. Oh, they made the NIT.
I guess so. Look at the money they're going to bring.
There
Kentucky.
you go. Cut and dry
Kentucky.
right there, Lane. And don't forget, they tried to get him in. Yeah, you know that. In the
I
Big
guess
Ten.
so.
They tried.
Kentucky could have 5 wins and they'd be invited to the damn NIT just because of the money they bring. Like you said, cut and
The
dry.
crowd. It's just like a bowl game, Lane.
Yep, you're right. And let me tell you something.
Okay.
I was told, and we're about to cut it off. I was told that Kentucky it has as much popularity in basketball in the state as LSU does football in Louisiana. Isn't that crazy? Or more.
I'll believe it. What I seen last year in New Orleans, I will believe it. I've never seen that before. A team travel all again, fill up the arena. Never in an SEC tournament. Never would have thought that. And stayed the whole weekend.
And stayed the whole weekend as we have the background music playing.
Yep.
It is time to put this baby to bed. What a episode, guys. It's March. Watch these games. We start tomorrow night, True TV. Tuesday and Wednesday night, we got the play-in games. 2 games Tuesday night, 2 games Wednesday night. Thursday, we kick this big baby off. We start early in the day at 11 o'clock in the morning. I know everybody works. You got to hit that old lick. Keep up on your phones, I don't know. Go home, watch SportsCenter. They'll keep you updated. Enjoy this tournament, man, because it goes by quick. Keep in mind, as many games as we have, it's only 3 weekends worth of basketball.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, I hope y'all listen to my picks, and y'all going to be doing good because you heard it from Yodi.
And by the way, just to give him credit again, Kyle Coyote Bria, you can go back and listen on the previous episode from a week ago, said that Ole Miss was going to win the SEC tournament, and they won. So, congratulations to him.
I just hope they didn't speak. Okay.
All right. Guys, we appreciate it. Y'all have a great work week. Enjoy the tournaments games. Enjoy the tournament. We will be back next Monday night to review everything that happened this weekend in basketball. Because keep in mind, we will know the Sweet 16, Dad, by next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay,
keep that in mind.
Thank y'all for listening.
Thank everybody for listening. We'll be back next Monday. Have a great work week.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio. Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.